Welcome back to the vlog. First things first, The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. This is a new game from the people who did the Octopath Traveler series. This game is scratching the exact itch that I had. Oh, and it also comes with a very nice looking poster. Man, I gotta learn how to draw, man. I love the HD 2D art style, but what I've been specifically wanting is a game that's very tactile. I wanna constantly be moving things on the controller, having a nice dynamic between slicing the sword and then hearing the sound effect and being able to zip around the map. It just feels really good to walk around and to slash, like everything feels like really nice. And if I had to describe the game, I'd say it's a combination of Secret of Mana, Link to the Past, and an ease game. Like you even have like the weapon wheel, you can choose different weapons. You can cut grass, break pots, you pick up heart containers, and my God, man, the music. Anyway, add on to that a good story that, though it's simple, I really want to know what happens next, which oftentimes is my most important aspect of a story. If you keep me wanting to know what happens, then I'm pretty much there. Anyways, to play this game just now, I was using the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 controller. This is a great controller. I actually bought this to play RedSec, and my buddy Derek was the one who recommended it to me. The thing that he pointed out that is really great is the third top buttons. You got the bumpers, you got the triggers, and then you have these extra buttons right here. Combine that with the back buttons here, and your thumbs never have to leave the analog sticks, and you still have access to all four of these buttons. So when I'm playing RedSec, this is crouch, this is jump, this tiny button is reload, and this tiny button is switch weapons, and then these are just default. It has just been a fantastic controller through and through so far. Actually, I'll have more to say about this controller tomorrow. We'll talk about that then. On a completely unrelated note, this is the Panasonic GH4. I bought this in April of 2015, so it is officially over 11 years old now. We filmed a number of Adventure Archives episodes with this, but not that many because the GH5 came out shortly after. In fact, this is the GH5 and it came out in 2017, so we only had like 2 years with this camera. This camera though is still very good and very usable, except the silicone grips were completely falling apart. So, for $60 on eBay, I found original replacement grips, and look how beautiful it looks now. That's like brand new, man. When I say they were falling apart, I mean they were really falling apart, and would get black stuff all over your fingers. It kind of sucks that these three parts were $60. Like that seems like just such a waste of money, but it really did make the camera kind of unusable because it's disgusting. Like that black stuff comes off on your fingers like immediately. Now in another 10 years, am I gonna have to do that with this camera again? Possibly, but hopefully not, because this camera doesn't get that much use. The silicone on the GH5 is also kind of starting to break down a bit. This camera's 9 years old now, and it was used more heavily. So maybe the silicone's just better on this one. I didn't film any of the process, but it is kind of hilarious how much of this camera you have to take apart just to replace this piece, and this piece right here. This does raise the age-old question of what to do with old equipment. When I first got started and had much less money to spend on equipment, I would sell all of my old gear like pretty much immediately after I upgraded. But now that I don't really have to do that anymore, I can have like some sentimental attachment to the cameras. This particular camera I would have given to somebody to use, but the one thing it has that my other cameras don't is a flash. I mean, not that I use flash all that often, but it is nice to have, and I would like to get better at using it. I know on-camera flashes aren't exactly great, but now especially people kind of like that look, so I don't know. I also just like that it's a little bit smaller than my other cameras too. Anyway, do you want to see what it looks like? I'll put it on right now. So now we are shooting with the GH4 and we're using the 9mm f1.7 lens. I've shot with this A7S III since October of 2025, pretty much almost daily. So I'm very used to this camera now, and I'm pretty out of practice with this one. One kind of glaring problem with this camera is that the autofocus is terrible, so if I can't reach the screen, I can't actually focus it. It's weird how there's downgrades and upgrades in every camera. The GH5, pretty much a better camera in every sense, but for some reason they removed the OLED screen that the GH4 has. A very nice OLED screen, and this one has like a just regular LCD. Does anyone actually care about an OLED screen on a camera though? Do I even care? Have I shown this before, that if I want to focus on a camera that doesn't have autofocus, I have to be within arm's length so that I can touch the LCD to do the touch focus? That is a bad experience. And just doing these couple of shots, man, I am so thankful for good autofocus. Even the GH5 had terrible autofocus. Anyway, I gotta get to work on a bit more music. We are rounding the corner to where the episode is complete besides narration. Yeah, I have to get to that. Tomorrow, we'll talk more about the 8-bit dough for reasons. I'll see you then. Welcome back to the vlog. So yesterday I was talking about an 8-bit dough controller, and I said I would have more to say today. The Ice Blue 8-bit dough Ultimate 2. I have not wanted something solely for the way it looks this much in a very long time. Look at that color. For my personal taste, there has never been a better looking controller than this. This is just so beautiful. Clear plastics is my favorite electronic style. If I could have all of my electronics in this same color, oh. Fortunately, I think we're rounding the corner on boring looking electronics. We've had silver and space gray for way too long. And the white iPod aesthetic, that's like 20 years old now. It is time to go back to translucent plastic. Look at this, come on, man. Also, speaking of 8-bit dough, the 8-bit dough M30 controller is my favorite controller for 2D games that I've ever used. I also decided it's time to put my Analog Pocket dock here. Everybody needs to take breaks, right? So instead of mindlessly browsing the internet, why not have a little fun with old arcade games? GigaWing? Come on, GigaWing is great! Looks good, plays good. But yeah, an M30 controller plus an Analog Pocket docked, that is a great time. Anyway, today we're gonna be writing music. Getting close, I think we need like 2 more tracks, maybe 3. It's been going decently well, so I'm not dreading it today. And I have something started from yesterday, so. Let's see, what do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I guess we kind of need 4, but we could reuse some of it. Okay, I'm gonna get to that. I'll check in afterwards. All right, I'm back. This is the result of a lot of hard work. How many hours has it been? I don't know, 2 or 3? It usually doesn't take longer than 3 hours, but it is an intense 3 hours. Next step, of course, is to take the music that I just wrote and put it into the episode. This is the fun part, so let's enjoy. That's another piece of music done. These blue markers here are songs that we still need to do. There's only 3 left. We are currently sitting at a very nice 1 hour and 45 minutes. It will be slightly longer than that because I still have to do the post-hype meal, and then we'll also have shoutouts, but nice, right around 2 hours. I can manage 2 hours. 2.5 hours, that's too long. It's not too long to enjoy and to watch, like great. 2.5 hours, 3 hours, awesome. But to edit and to produce, 2.5 hours, just a little bit too long. But that will do it for today's vlog. I could be playing Star Fox right now, but it still hasn't arrived at my house yet, and it's probably not gonna arrive until Monday. So I will talk about Star Fox next week. I loved the demo. The demo was so good. I'm gonna continue working on this. Next week, we should have it done besides narration. We're trying to do 1 video every single month without burning ourselves out. It has been quite manageable so far. I think we can keep it up. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good one. See you in the next one. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. Millennium Tales? Millennium Tales.